Good evening. This is Eswatini TV News at 8, read to you by myself, Nathalie Sitole, alongside Zamanzi Manze. First up, let's have a look at our headlining stories. Home Affairs officers in Hlangano got burnt on Sunday at midnight. The Minister of Education has toured rural schools under the Manzini region. The reconstruction of the Manzini-St. Paul's Road has been officially launched. The news. His Majesty King Mswati III sent his condolences to the President of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, following a horrific road accident that claimed the lives of 21 people.
On behalf of His Majesty King Mswati III, Her Majesty the Queen Mother, the government and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini, the Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini has expressed his heartfelt condolences on the sorrowful loss of 21 lives in a horrific road accident on Sunday, the 1st of August 2021 in Malawi. The Prime Minister, on behalf of His Majesty, sent his condolences to the President of the Republic of Malawi, President Lazarus Chakwera, the government and the people of the Republic of Malawi. The Prime Minister says it is the prayer and hope of the Eswatini nation that may the Almighty God comfort the families, kindred, government and the people of the Republic of Malawi at this immeasurable loss. For Eswatini TV News, I'm LinkedIn Kule in Babane.
The Home Affairs offices in Hlangano and some businesses next to them got burnt on Sunday around midnight. The Minister for Home Affairs, Princess Lindiwe, on Monday visited the offices to inspect the extent of the damage.
The Minister for Home Affairs, Princess Lindiwe, has expressed sympathy to the people of Eswatini region following the burning of the Home Affairs offices on Sunday midnight. Princess Lindiwe also expressed compassion and concern for the business people whose businesses got burnt during the burning.
Businesses are getting burnt. We just saw another business that was burnt. The question is, what have the people done to deserve this? We are empathizing with the residents of the Eswatini region who are now forced to travel long distances to access services. We all know that His Majesty King Mswati III spoke during the People's Parliament, Sibaya, and ascertained Eswatini that the nation will be given a platform to air their views at the People's Parliament post-COVID-19. Why then do people continue to burn properties when the King has said what the next step is?
Kude lokumsitako kude nalokutakulethela kona ngalokushisa kude lapho kutaphendula khona inkinga yakho ulimata abantu nje kuphela.
Minister Princess Lindiwe gave assurance to the people of the Eswatini region, particularly those whose documents got burnt, that the ministry is devising a plan to mitigate the current situation. For Eswatini TV News, Sifiso Ngumalo with Smova Shongwe in Hlangano.
The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, on the first day of schools reopening alongside the Manzini region inspectors, toured rural schools under the region. The Minister noted that rural schools have difficulty in adhering to the stipulated COVID-19 regulations.
As per the Prime Minister's announcement on the reopening of schools on the 9th of this month, completing classes did resume classes today. To further ensure people's safety while at school, the Minister of Education, Lady Howard, on the first day of school, together with the Manzini region inspectors, toured rural schools under the region, including Gakolwane Primary School and Mkondo High School, among others. Speaking to the pupils during the tour, the minister encouraged them to put more effort on their work and that she was pleased with what she found on the schools.
I'm very happy. Schools are a safe place for both learners and teachers. We have checked the first school, perfect. The second school is also perfect. The preparations are up to standard and everything will be fine. Learners are here, teachers are here. Actually, teachers are very excited to be back at school. They even say that they were missing their learners.
Kholwane and Mkhondwa principals brought forward that they were ready to resume lessons.
Silungele kakhulu nabantwana nabo bajabulile bese bakhumbulile esikolweni siyathi kona ukuthi ikhasta kusilomkhuhlane vele etinombolo tsetulu konke nje kumenge mumo
lungele kuqala kusebenta lamuhla just that because we've been away so we needed to put some strategies in place before we can take off but kungcono kufaka more effort in your preps before you start running.
Nyalinyali Primary School, together with Mandulo Primary and High School, were among those visited by the minister on Monday. The minister will continue touring other schools as the week progresses. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samgal Suekoza with Vuminkosi Nisa at Mkhondwa.
The reconstruction of the Manzini St. Paul's Road has been officially launched. The Manzini North Member of Parliament Macford Sibanza says micro-project will assist the project with 1.4 million emalangeni. Sibanza was speaking during the contractor unveiling meeting held in Manzini.
The problematic Manzini St. Paul's Road that is usually flooding will be reconstructed. Microproject has revealed the contractor that will be responsible for reconstructing the 1.4 million Malangeni Road project. The Valley Traders contractor is expected to start this project soon. Speaking during the meeting, Manzini North Member of Parliament Macford Sibanze says the road has been a thorn in the flesh for residents, public and private vehicles. Sibanze says this project is part of the constituency's development project.
Nalinile futhi angathi lokuthi le era in engineering yabanjani ngoba nje lana kancane noma lingafathada nje akusahambekile ngicabanga ukuthi it's unquantifiable in terms of monetary value na ungabuka ukuthi idamage le endeke lana inganani.
Microproject civil engineer Sibonangaye Dlamini says the project will be executed by valid traders who will be required to control the flooding issue as water pipes will be required to be installed.
Valid traders futhi sengiyakontraki lota uqhubeka asisite ngalenkinga lesidibene nayo because umsebenzi ke lesitawenda la taba kufaka emaphayiphu ikakhulu la mgwaqweni ngoba lamandi ema on both sides futhi sitawutama kwathatha ngala swamixe ngale.
Peggy Saunders, the contractor's representative, says they will work with the youth of the area as means to provide employment as per the MP's request. For Eswatini TV News, Ndomlangeni with Vuminkosi Nzinisa in Manzini.
According to the World Bank's 2020 report on the ease of doing business, Eswatini improved 4 sectors, including getting electricity and getting credit, amongst others. Director of the Investor Roadmap Unit, Albert Chibi, says despite the improved indicators, the country did fall back in rankings as it is now 121 from 117.
In 2002, the World Bank established a Doing Business project where it looks on domestic small and medium-sized companies and measures the regulations applying to them. Under the Ease of Doing Business assessments, which are conducted in 191 countries, the World Bank focuses on 11 indicators, including starting a business, getting electricity for that business, and getting credit, among others. Director of the Investor Roadmap Unit, Albert Chibi, says, according to the World Bank's 2020 report, Eswatini has improved 4 indicators.
In the 2020 report, Eswatini improved 4 indicators, where we also improved the distance from the frontier from 57.9 by 8 points to 59 to position 59 in terms of the distance from the frontier. Overall ranking fell from 117 to 121 due to a change in methodology where in the protecting minority investors indicator, the methodology of assessment was changed to include to now look at companies that have listed in the stock exchange instead of limited liability companies.
To further improve the World Bank's rankings on the ease of doing business, Eswatini is working an electronic business registry with New Zealand. New Zealand is leading globally on the ease of doing business, followed by Singapore and others. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samgal Koza with Muzim Konda in Pabane.
It is all systems go for the secondary elections to be held this coming weekend. The EBC Communications Officer Mbonisi Bembe has assured Maswati that their safety against COVID-19 is guaranteed, as the polling stations will be fumigated constantly during the main day. Bembe says the safety of Maswati, as they will be exercising their constitutional rights, is crucial.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission announced that the secondary elections will be held on the 14th of August 2021 under the strict COVID-19 regulations. The EBC's Communications Officer Mbonisi Bembe says the voting polls will be fumigated constantly to ensure that there is no spread of COVID-19.
Sukela nga-7 ekuseni tabe tivulile titeshi lapho khona sitabe sesiyakhona ukutifutha njalo njalo kunciphisa amathuba ukuthi umuntu athole leli gciwane nobe athelele labanye. Siyacela ukuthi imigamu kulomunye kulandzela kulomunye sichubeke sichelelane loyo 2 meter. Emalunga la ngenelelo nalukhetho phecelede ama candidates solo akuso sigaba lapho khona khankasa khona tatisa khona kusosive.
Bembe says candidates are allowed to campaign until 24 hours before the elections. This means that candidates can be able to continue campaigning and will be required to stop campaigning on the 13th of August 2021. Voting polls will be opened at 7 a.m. Bembe emphasized that Maswati should come and exercise their constitutional rights to elect members of parliament in Vunayenkundla. Voting polls will be opened at 7 a.m. Bembe emphasized that Maswati should come and exercise their constitutional rights to elect members of parliament and in Vunayenkundla. Bembe further stated that the police will be present to keep law and order. For Eswatini TV News, Ndomlangeni with Muzim Konda in Nkanini.
The Autism Eswatini's director, Trifina Mvubu, commends relevant stakeholders who helped in reuniting an autistic boy with his family. Mvubu says it is very encouraging to see their stakeholders willing to learn and to understand autistic people, especially children.
Following the civil unrest that occurred a few weeks ago in the country, an autistic boy was arrested for being found walking beyond a curfew without understanding what was happening at that time. The young man has been reunited with his family after there was cooperation between His Majesty's Correctional Service and the Royal Eswatini Police Service. Autism Eswatini appreciates the role played by all relevant stakeholders.
For him, it was normal day as usual, so he was working. He was not even part of what was happening, but he was just going to visit his sister, and only to find that it was beyond the curfew time, so he had not known about it or even understood what was happening. So then he was apprehended and finally sent to correctional services. Then we consulted them. They helped us a lot, and there was a time when we needed to do an assessment to prove his condition, and on a Monday the magistrate released the boy back to his family. And we would like to appreciate that from the leaders of correctional services, as well as the magistrate courts themselves. They were willing to work together with us and learn about the conditions, hence the reason why they were able to release the boy back to his family. We are truly requesting the parents to make sure that their children do not leave their side, especially those who are now beyond the age of 15. In most cases, you find that once the child is beyond 15, the parents don't take much notice of whereabouts of the child.
Mvubu further stated that the organization is working with the Royal Eswatini Police Service to try and assist in ensuring that parents are able to take care of their autistic children. For Eswatini TV News, Ndomlangeni with Muzim Konda in Manzini.
And now we'll have an ad break followed by a look at our financial markets.
Sihombe sesithafu se-COVID sasivele silapha Eswatini. Linani lebantfu lasebabanjwe ngule COVID-19 Delta variant likhula ngendlela lefusako eveni. I-COVID-19 Delta variant yona yehlukahlukile, ayikhwehlelisani futhi ayibangelani ifiva noma kushisa kwemtimba ngalokwecile. Uma uva kubuhlungu emalungu, uva uphethwe yinhloko, ukukhenketha kwentamo, uphelelwa ngemandla noma ungafuni kudla. Ungathalalisi, phophuma uyohlola ukuthi akusiyo yini na i-COVID-19 ingaze ikulalise phasi. Kude uvikeleke nawe uvikele labanye, gcoka sifonyo, geza tandla njalo ngesipho nemandi ilageletayo. Gcina umkhathi uma usebamvini, asikwende konke. Mgcini wesive, ungapheli manje, i-COVID ingakapheli.
chocolate noma mthoba ngitshitshona ngithanda lavo ngicala kabusha nangilava bokos
usafaka na 20 rand
temnethu manje ngathi
lo gifted yiko ukusebenzisa uthi akhonza uphila ubeke singwa etafuleni
mina sengimelele umngane wami bese sihamba sophanda
shemu cha maye mahle ebonile
ngafuna ukuthi le project ingawa ngikhona nami ngoba angisiku umuntu lothanza ukuthi info ingafa ngikhona kule life lesiyakiyo umuntu ngangemuntu kuyafuna at least abe nawo 3 skills in life.
Mina ngibonga kakhulu ngoba solo ngatsala kusebenza lo msebenzi abathina ngikusupport labantu.
Welcome back. You are still watching Eswatini TV. Let's have a look at our sports news. Interim chairman of Manzini Wanderers Management Committee, Mlungi Sinzinisa, says preparations for the 2021-2022 season are already underway. Zinisa says the club will be unveiling new signings next week for the upcoming season.
Sinziniza, who was recently announced as the interim chairman of the club's management committee, has announced that preparations for the new season are already in progress. Sinziniza is happy to detail that the preparations of the new season 2021-2022 have already started.
Yes, because we understand because we had to go to Itaba.
He says this coming Monday they will be unveiling about 3 new signings. He went on to highlight that judged on how many points they managed to collect this season, it has given them hope that next season there will be a team to watch. Asked on the recent issue of unpaid salaries of the players, Nsiniza responded that that is an issue that is currently being worked on.
From Swaziland, we have 3 good players as well as down for pre-contracts and stuff. So now the league on full-time basis.
Currently, Manzini Wanderers is ranked number 5 on the M10 Premier League log with 47 points in 29 games. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msondera, Mbabane.
Eswatini Cricket Association Secretary General Musa Twala says the introduction of women cricket in all the parts of the country and the existence of a women league has played a major role in assisting the association in introducing the first ever senior women national team.
Last year, Eswatini Cricket Association began programs of introducing and teaching cricket talented young girls. The association went on to also ensure that the Women's League remained consistent and going forward in trying to improve the standard of the sport.
We the tournament has been now with the domestic competitions as women at the team.
According to the association's Secretary General Musa Twala, the decision seemed to have produced results, with now the country having introduced the first senior national women team.
bapolishe le skills sabo, then the mentality was very sidlalela kuyowina.
The team's first assignment will be in September this year when they begin their ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers in Botswana. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mbabane.
And now we'll have our financial report, followed by a relook at our top stories. And now let's have a relook at our top stories rather. Home Affairs officers in Hlangano got burnt on Sunday at midnight. The Minister of Education has toured rural schools under the Manzini region. The reconstruction of the Manzini-St. Paul's Road has been officially launched. And with that, we sum up our bulletin for the evening. Up next is the weather update from myself and the team here at Eswatini TV. Thanks for watching. Good night.